I rush over and help her up, and it turns out she busted the heel on her shoe. She's trying to walk on her tiptoes, looking all wobbly. On a whim, I give her a voucher for a new pair of shoes I'd been saving. I was just happy I could help. I won't lie, I thought maybe there was a spark, but it turns out she was already seeing someone. It wasn't until I ran into her again that I got the whole story. Turns out the guy she's with is married. She flies extra routes just to be in the same city as him, but on this particular day, he was a no-show. Seeing how down she was, I offered her my handkerchief. It was a small gesture, but it gave me an excuse to talk to her, and I felt this little thrill. We hit it off, and when she asked what I did for a living, I panicked and told her I was a building contractor. I was afraid she'd write me off if she knew the truth. Just as I was about to make a break for it before she figured me out, she invited me to grab one of her favorite Italian meatball subs. I had to turn her down. Of course, I couldn't exactly leave the airport. The look on her face told me she thought I was brushing her off, that maybe I saw her as easy. Watching her walk away, I felt pretty helpless. With the help of my friends, I got my hands on her flight schedule. We cooked up this elaborate plan for a chance encounter. As she walked through the terminal, she stepped right into our little trap. A catering guy cut her off, forcing her to change direction. Then a janitor just happened to be mopping the floor in her new path, making her sidestep again. The final touch was a baggage handler who stepped in front of her at the last second, and just like that, she stumbled right into my arms. My heart was pounding. Riding the wave of our fateful meeting, I asked her to dinner that night. Over our candlelit dinner, she opened up to me. 7 years ago, she met him, and ever since, she's carried a pager so he can reach her anytime. You could just turn it off, I told her, but after all these years of waiting, it was like she didn't know how. She lived out of hotels, never making a home for herself, always ready to drop everything for his call. A thought seemed to strike her, and she walked out to a balcony overlooking the tarmac. To see her again, I left her with a little mystery. You know what Napoleon gave to Josephine when he went to Bavaria? I went for a handshake, but she gave me a kiss goodbye, leaving me feeling a mix of flustered and hopeful. 13 days later, she landed and was immediately pulled aside by airport security. Then he told her the truth about my situation.
I guess you missed your flight again.
She told me she had ended things with the other man, but had lost her trust in me too. I took her to see the gift. Napoleon gave Josephine 1,000 fountains, I explained. I told her everything about me. Her walls came down, and she was with me. The war in my home country, Krakosia, was over. In her hand was a document, a one-day emergency visa she had gotten from me, but she was leaving me. She had gone back to the married man who had connections to get me my passage out. She had sacrificed her own happiness for mine. I walked out of the airport doors. As I was about to get into a taxi, I saw her. We looked at each other and smiled, each of us heading toward our separate futures.